open.
Okay, does everyone have their Jupyter Notebook installed? Please just give a thumbs up or yes in the comment section.
Yeah, guys, if you have your Jupyter Notebook installed, or if you are planning to do in Colab, then also you can do it because you will be using both of them. So if you are with Collab, then it's completely fine. No need to install Jupyter Notebook. But if you have Jupyter Notebook, then also it's good because both the works completely same. One is in the online and another one is in the offline. So you can choose any one as per your choice. And one more thing, I will also show you how to join with Collab if you have not yet done right now. So nothing to worry, but make sure that you are available with any one of them, either with Jupyter Notebook or you are ready with Collab, so that it makes our session much more interactive. That's the main goal of today's meeting everyone together and sharing our knowledge together. Okay, so I think we should start the event within 2 minutes. Is there any other people left to join? I mean, waiting for joining or not? We have already 35 of 36. Yeah, right now 36. So I think we shall start within next 2 minutes.
Guys, if you don't see your friends over here, just give them a call and tell them to join fast.
So is my screen visible to everyone? Please let me know, okay?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes,
okay, thank you.
visible.
So I hope we can start the event. Everyone, please let me know because I cannot see the chat box. So please let me know by unmuting yourself that shall we start or not?
Yes, we are
Yes.
started.
Yes.
Okay, okay, fine. So firstly, welcome everyone to the first technical event of Developer Student Club SIT. So you all know that today we are organizing the first technical event of this session, means total this season. So I hope every one of us has already attended the previous session. That was a complete info session about what we are planning to. And the main motive of joining today's event is just because to interact with us with something new topic, something by sharing our knowledge among us. Okay. So what we'll be doing, we'll be just going through the Python because Python is one of the most important programming language. And talking about Python, Python deals with a lot of beautiful and super features which are really important in today's day. So today's conference, today's meeting will be completely technical depending on the hands-on workshop regarding the Python. So we will be dealing with various important things. So before directly moving on to the hands-on workshop, let's do one thing. Let's know a few basic things, few knowledge about Python. Because the first thing is while you are studying anything or you want to learn something, the first thing that you need is you need to know that why you are learning this thing, right? You need to know this, that why should I learn Python, or why should means why Python is so trending nowadays. So to keep these things clear in your mind, let's start today's event. I hope you guys will be together till the event ends, and your cooperation is the most important thing in today's event, because at the end of the day we are all together bringing up a good community. Because the main concept of DSC is just to build a good community and to develop as a community. It's not an individual game, and it's not something that we should do by ourselves only. It's all about building a community. And today I am sharing a knowledge with you guys. Someday you guys will be sharing knowledge with us. So this is all about together, and I hope your cooperation will be the most important thing in today's event. So let's start. So my name is Mainak Dasgupta, and I'll be going forward with the Python basics workshop today on the first step, and on the next step we'll have Nivedita Prasad with us, and then she will be discussing the other topics of Python. So let's start. So first thing is, what is Python? That is the most important thing that we should know. Before moving to coding, before moving to all those stuffs, the first thing is why Python. So the first most important thing is Python is an interpreted, high-level, object-oriented, general-purpose programming language. Its language construct to help programmers to write clear, logical code for small and large-scale projects. The thing is, we will not today we are not here to just know the definitions. We need to know each and every word. So what does the word interpreted means? What is high level, what is object oriented, and what is general purpose programming language? Thing is interpretation. There's a huge thing called interpretation and compilation. Okay, as we move forward we will get to know that what is interpretation and what is compilation. So just for now you just get to know that Python is an interpreted programming language and it is a high level language. Okay, so coming to the point, what is high level programming language? We all know that in Python means any programming or any set of computer, we have what? We have different language levels: high level language, intermediate language, low level language. So Python is a high level language. Why? Because it is easily readable by human beings. Next word, next, Python is object oriented. We can separately define the object and work on that. Next, Python is a general purpose programming language, which directly means that Python is used for any purpose, means you can use for different sectors in different programs and for large scale projects also. So keeping all these things in mind, we will move forward with learning Python. So why we are learning Python means Python, we have other languages also, but why specifically Python today? because Python is having some complex type of data types and various important stuffs that are hugely important in developing anything. Okay, if you are want to develop some application or develop some website or anything, a project regarding any field, you can easily use Python to do those things. Why? Because in Python you are provided with list, set, dictionary, tuples, all these things, along with the traditional things such as integer, float, string, and all those stuffs. So keeping all these things in mind, Python is highly used in this case. I hope I am clear to you all. And if you have any doubt, please go forward and shoot your doubts in the chat box. And I hope some of our friends will definitely get in touch with you and give the proper solution to your answer. Even I am also going to see the chat box after a few minutes. So if you have any doubt at any point, just don't think about what others think. Just put your doubt, shoot your doubts in the chat box. So the next thing come, who is a designer of Python? Because today we are learning it, so we should know that who designed it. So it is G. Van Rossum, and it was first established in 1991. Yes, 1991 when Python first came. And one amazing fact at this point. What the amazing fact? I know everyone, you know that what means Python. The first thing that came in mind, if you are not a computer student, then definitely a first thing that will come in mind, that is Python is a snake. But the name Python of this programming language doesn't come from the snake. It comes from a very comedy show, famous comedy show, that is Monty Python's Flying Circus. It is an American comedy series, you can say. From there, the name Python came. So I think it's a really amazing fact because many people doesn't know this thing. So why Python? This one is an important question in many people's mind. Let me tell you a story that I just came to know an article few days back that why it is written. It's especially for software industries and software companies. I just gone through an article in LinkedIn only. I have seen it. What was that? It says that in every year, India is producing a lot of computer science engineers. Okay, not specifically computer science, means they mean to say that engineers, those who are capable of joining any software company. But unfortunately, the sad reality is only 4% of them know the basic knowledge of what they are doing. This fact is released by an authenticated source and it was shared in LinkedIn. So what it was saying that in a product-based company, people coming from different backgrounds, from different colleges, they know how to develop codes, how to build beautiful products, but they don't know what will be the substitute of this code. Means suppose you are learning today Python, and if you are joining in a company and where the company manager says you that, sir, don't use Python, use this programming language developed by our engineers. But you might say that, no, sir, I will use Python only. But the manager might say you that why Python? Here comes the point that at that point, many engineers are incapable of telling that why they are using this thing. So in my concern, I think it's a very important thing that we should know why should we use anything. It may be a programming language or it may be anything else. We are using a technology and technologies are updating day by day. So we should know what are the merits and demerits of any technology we are using. So the first point of using Python is it is very much readable and maintainable code. Why the fact readable is there? The fact readable is there because you can see the Python code is totally readable just like an English language. If you don't know programming also, then also you can read Python that what it actually saying. You can have an idea that what the code is saying. And why maintainable? It is quite simple and clear syntax so that it is easy to use the total code. Other programming features are it is a object-oriented programming language and structured programming. Next, functional aspect of object-oriented programming is there. Dynamic system, automatic memory management. This one is a very important feature of Python. You might ask, sir, what is automatic memory management? Let me tell you that in some cases, in some programming languages, it happens that you need to assign a variable first. You need to declare a variable first, and then you need to assign that value to a variable. Why this thing happens? Because each and every variable or each and every memory space consists of many garbage values. And we, in case of other programming languages, what we need to do, we need to first clear those garbage value, manage the memory, and then we need to use that space for other cases. So this is one important factor in other programming language. But what Python offers us, Python gives us that opportunity to not only just means you don't need to think that where is my variable, I have not declared it, it may be full of garbage. We didn't need to think about these things. What we need to do, we need just to initialize a variable and it's done. Nothing more than that. So Python creates an automatic memory management system. It automatically relocates the garbage value and mention all the original address and values to a particular position. So this is a very important thing of Python. Apart from this, it is cross-platform oriented. So it works in every platform, whether it may be a Mac or it may be some other operating system, doesn't mean anything, or it can be a Windows, anything, Linux, it works in every platform. So obviously we should use that code or that programming language which is versatile. So apart from this thing, Python consists of a huge number of libraries, standard libraries. And this is the reason why I use Python, because I know it's very boring to write a particular code which is very long and we need to use it. Other than if you have that code already written, just call the function and use it. So in that case, Python provides a huge number of standard libraries. Sorry. Apart from that, we have open source frameworks. So a framework play a very important role. Okay. So these frameworks are hugely available in Python, such as Django, Flask, Pyramid, and Python GUI. Graphical user interface of Python is really cool and it definitely going to attract you guys. In the next session, we will having GUI also. So keep your seatbelts tight because we are having those things. So another important facts that we generally use about Python is Python helps us to develop software development stuffs in field of desktop apps as well as web apps. Along with it also helps us in complex scientific and numerical app calculations also. Such as I can tell you in case of statistics, a very famous programming language that is R. R is used in case of statistics. But after when the Python came in boom, then what happens, this R is okay, but many people jump to Python. Why? Because one thing I've said about the standard libraries, another thing is Python provides a huge number of scientific numeric systems or scientific numeric calculations that are easily done with Python. So that is one of the main reason. Other than that, if you are aware of big data or data analysis, then Python is going to help you. And in case of artificial intelligence, or if you are planning for machine learning, then definitely Python will be your guide throughout the route. Okay, because nowadays we use machine learning projects, even a very small regression, or you can say any classification project also in case of machine learning, we develop with the help of Python. Why? Again, the same thing. Python provides you the easy and user-friendly procedure to develop it. And other than easy prototype developments are one of the important features of Python. So whatever we have talked till now, that are the features. So now let's talk about the application. See, when we are having a lot of features, then definitely we will be having a lot of applications. Some of the applications I have mentioned that are in the field of web development, in the field of machine learning, artificial intelligence, in the field of software development, desktop GUIs, data science, visualization, and web scraping. Okay, if you have any doubt regarding any of this, you can just shoot out in the chat box, as well as I will also like to describe you that web scraping is something like extracting the data from a website. Desktop GUI means that graphical user interface presentation. Machine learning and artificial intelligence, I think you know how a machine or a computer predicted values and can be used as an intelligence, which is artificially, obviously, because a machine doesn't have its ordinary intelligence, but we can develop things by which a machine can predict or can think that what should be the output that should be given. So these are the major applications of Python, and software development also has a huge impact when we are using Python. So apart from this, all scripting and all these things, coming to hardware topic, that is robotics. Yes, if you're working in a hardware domain, if you're planning to develop some robots or any bots, anything, any car, any remote control device or something like that, and if there is some place where you need to code your processor, that how it should work or how we should move with that, or how will be the processing setup, in case of robotics, Python will be your game changer. I'm telling that because it helps you to make the logical representation much more easier. In that case, we are literally using Python nowadays, because nowadays it's a booming language and having a lot of applications and support and all those features, Python plays a major role here. Okay, so a few small basic stuffs like what is console. I think everyone know console is a terminal where the program gives the output. So in every case we have a console, something like that, where you can get the output. And translator. Translator is a very important thing. What is translator actually? Translator is something which converts a high level language to a low level language. Why? Because our machines only know how a low level language works, because it doesn't understand how human talk. So machine can only understand how a low level language works. So translator converts a high level language to a low level language. So now here is an important question that I would like to describe it. Everyone should know this thing, that a difference between a compiler and interpreter. So let me explain it in a very easy way. I will not stretch this thing. That there are many programming languages such as C, C++, that literally use as a compiler language. Okay, they are compiled and then they provide the output. Similarly, we have Python, Ruby, MATLAB, and this type of languages are interpreted language. So what is the basic difference between a compiler and an interpreter? I think this one is very confusing to some people. So let me give you a small representation that in case of compiler, what happens? Suppose you have written 10 lines of code. A compiler will do what? It will start reading the code from the first line. It will complete reading the code up to 10 lines, and then it will throw you the errors if you have any, or it will give you the output. This is a basic rule of compiler. What the interpreter does? Interpreter does something different. What it did? It actually read a single line of code, throws the output or the error if you have any, and then move to the second one. So this is the basic difference between compiler and interpreter. In the first point, I've already written that compiler works in a complete program at once, and then the entire output or input it gives, and the interpreter works line by line. So this is a very important stuff regarding compiler and interpreter. One more important thing, a compiler and interpreter, there is one more difference, that is, suppose you are compiling a program, it takes more memory as compared to an interpreter. Okay, because interpreter is just doing one by one and it's not generating any intermediate object code. Let me tell you one thing, what happens in case of a compiler. In case of compiler, a very simple thing. Okay, in case of compiler first extract the code that you have written and moved it to a intermediate language, intermediate code, and then it goes to a machine level language. So this is the workflow of a compiler. In case of interpreter, what happens? Interpreters directly extract the code that you have written and then throws it to the machine in a low level language. So there is no intermediate object code. That's why sometimes the memory management of interpreter is much more efficient as compared to the compiler. Okay, so one question just came in my mind. I would like to ask you, and I will request anyone, if any one of you, if you can answer it, then please unmute yourself and answer. We have till now, whatever we have said, we have already talking about the advantages of Python. Interpreter is much good as compared to compiler. But there is also a small disadvantage about the interpreted programming languages as compared to the compiler-based programming language. You can say advantage of C++ against Python. Can any one of you tell what is that? You guys can.
Python has more runtime than C++.
Okay. Can you please repeat it? Actually, your voice break in between.
Python has more runtime than C++.
Yeah, actually means you are taking that the time complexity means the time taken for running a code for Python is much
Yes,
more as compared to C++, right? Okay.
yes,
So
yes.
anyone can tell why it is. He has said totally correct, but why it is? Why it is so? Anyone? You guys can try it. We are just yeah.
Python first converts that high-level language into a C-level language, and which in turn converts into machine-level language. So it's a long process.
See, Python is an interpreter based programming language. So what happens, it directly extract the code and throw it to the machine, and the machine will get the give you the output, whereas the compiler does what, it first take the code, then move it to an intermediate level language, and then to a machine level language. But why Python is little bit slower as compared to C++ or some other programming languages? Because see one thing, a machine only understands a machine level language. But what Python is doing, Python is directly throwing the code to the machine, and the machine need to understand it, because it is not directly a machine level language. It's literally getting converted one by one. But whereas a compiler, it might be taking more memory because of the intermediate object code, but it is easily understandable by the machine. So it gives the output little bit faster. So this is a small disadvantage of using the interpreter based language, that is Python, you can say. Other than that, it is very good. Means if you are quite interested in development based working, then Python will be going to play a major role in that case. Okay, but in case of CP, means competitive programming, you might be using compiler based programming languages such as C++. So I think these are the basic difference between compiler and interpreter. I hope I am clear to you guys. At least I've tried it, and I hope you can understand it. So before moving to the hands-on workshop, let us know about some beautiful projects of Python. Means if you are planning to work with Python, then which fields or which areas should you explore? So Python helps you to build attendance system, live counting of number of people, dizziness detection, face detection, and so many stuffs. So with the help of Python, you can take the help of computer vision also. It means including all these things, these type of projects can be made. See, live counting of people, I have just attached a picture where you can see that two people are coming inside and one people is going outside. And in between, there is a thing written status, which is tracking sometime and sometime waiting. And down how many and up how many, it is also showing. So what actually it is doing, see, there is a yellow line given, and we are also using computer vision in this case. So what we actually do, our computer vision actually track the number of motion of people. So if the motion is coming inside the yellow line, then it is counting as going inside. And if it is going outside, then it is counting outside. So in this case, in this way, we actually use Python to develop these projects. And if you're planning to do with some other language, then it might be very difficult, or you cannot use different APIs to communicate with your app and the project you are planning to do. And it might be quite big things to manage all those things. But in Python, it's literally very easy and simple to use for everyone. So till now, any questions regarding anything that I have said, you can throw out in the chat box, or we can move to directly to the workshop part, and we'll practice. Okay, let me see once. Okay, fine. So I hope we can directly move to the practice session. So okay, first let me tell you that I'll be doing in Collab. So this is a Collab platform where I'll be doing. So but before doing that, let me show you how you will start with Collab. Okay, see, it is quite easy and simple. Just don't need to do many things. Just go to Google and type Collab. Just type Collab and click. You will get Google Collab. Just click on it. You will get something like this interface. Okay, one thing, this Collab will be in white color because I have modified it, so it is in black in my case. but I think you might be getting in white color. And one more thing, the things that are written, that might be little bit small. I've taken the font higher because so that you guys can see. Next, what you have to do, just click on new notebook. Just click on it. It will take 10 seconds, I think, to open. A new notebook will be opening. And this is your interface for Collab. In your case, it might be white if you are doing it for the first time. I have modified it. That's why it is black in my case. Next thing, what you have to do, just click on connect. When you are clicking on connect, your coding area is totally active to work on. Okay. In Collab, we have two things that you need to understand first. One is for writing code. This place you can write any code if you want. Suppose I'm writing n equals to 10. This one is something that is code. I can write it here. And if I press enter, it goes to the next line. In this way, it moves. One more thing, if you want to write any text, then you can click on the text part. A new block will open. And here
Mayuraka, sorry to interrupt. Some students are asking you to repeat from the first for the Collab.
Okay, sure. Thank you for informing me because I cannot see the chat box. So it's very thankful to you to inform me. Okay. Just wait. Okay, just go on your Google. I'm going a bit slow then I think everyone can capable of doing it. Okay, so in Google, you just write Collab and click enter. You will get the first link, that is Google Collab. Just click on it. You will get an interface something like this. In this interface, it might be white in your case because I've modified it as I've said, but you need to go to new notebook. You can see a new notebook option here. Just click on new notebook. If you are new and if you have something written, say I've done already hands-on workshop on Python, Jumblebot, Fizzverse, so I can click any one of them. But you guys can click on new notebook. So click on it. So this one is a place where you guys will be playing with all those stuffs. Okay, so here we'll be playing with it. Just wait for a second. Okay, yeah. So in this place you will be doing coding all those stuff. So this block is a coding block. When you need to write any code, you need to type it here. And first thing after joining this Collab, this interface, do one thing, click on connect. Why? Because this notebook will be now active to perform any coding or any kind of stuff. If you're not doing this thing, then I think it is not properly working. It will take much time when you will run the code. Okay. So you can write your codes here. Suppose I can write n equals to 55. So if you click enter, it will go to the next line. You can write p equals to, suppose I'm writing p equals to 10, you can go next line. In this way it can work. Each part is known as a block. So here each part is known as a block. So if you want to run this block, then what you have to do, just click on the block and press shift enter. Say it's moving and it's totally run. See, n equals to 55, p equals to 10. So there is nothing to show output. So it's done and we have came to the next block. This is the way of doing. If you want to enter any text, suppose any text, like suppose I am doing practice. So this is a practice session. So what should I do? Just click on the text button. You will get a text bar. Okay. Just click on here and type practice. Okay. So if you type this and you can do bold, you can do make it big, anything you want, and just click outside. It will it will work. So this is the way of working with Collab. So I will show you different codes, but this is a basic. So I'm just showing you how to work with Collab. If you want to delete any block, it's very simple. Just click on the block, go to the bin button and just click it. Deleted. Same case for the practice session also. If you want to practice text bar also, if you want to delete it, just click on it and you can delete it. So this is the basic interface of using Collab. If you want to name that file, you can just click on, here it is written Untitled 2. You can just click on it and give it a name. Suppose I'm writing practice. So now it is named as practice. So this is the way of using Colab. I hope everyone is comfortable with it so that I can move forward with using it. Please let me know.
Someone is asking which button do you press? Control plus to run.
Okay, for running it, you just press Shift plus Enter. Another way, okay, let me show you one thing. Suppose I am writing m equals to 20 and print m. See, this is the way of printing something in a Python code. Suppose I am assigning m equal to 20. Okay, so the variable m is assigned with the value 20 and I am now printing it. So how can I print it? One thing you can do, press Shift and Enter. It will run and give the output as 20. So output is given in the next line of the block. Other than that, if you want to do, if you don't, means if you're not willing to use Shift plus Enter, then you can do one thing else. Suppose I'm writing n equals to 10 plus 20, Enter. Okay, not do, let's do the basic first. Enter and print 10. If you're not willing to press Shift Enter, then what you can do, you can just click on here. If you click on the here, you will get to know that this one is a run shell. So run shell key, you can click it here. It will also run. In any of the way you can do, you can press Shift Enter or you can click on the this button so that it will run. Any of this can work. So is it clear? Means, is there anything that I need to tell about the Colab basics? You guys can unmute yourself and let me know. It's a complete interactive session. We need to talk among us.
Yes, but it's clear.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between Jupyter Notebook and Colab?
Same. It's completely same. One is online version and another is offline. Means all the things that I have said just now, it is same as in Jupyter. You have to do in the same way. In Jupyter also you have to press Shift Enter to run a code, or you can click here. And same thing in Jupyter also, you will having a block. You can press Enter to go to the next line and Shift Enter to run the code. Same thing in case of Jupyter also.
Okay.
Okay. Chalo. So let's move to the part. Okay. So these are few things that I have written already. So because I don't want to waste time by writing these things. So what is a keyword? First thing in Python that we need to know that what is a keyword. The basic thing is keyword means some reserved word in Python. Means it keyword in case of any programming language only, it's something that is reserved word. Suppose you know that in programming languages we have loops. Suppose we have for loop and while loop. So while assigning any variable, you cannot use the name for, because the for name is already reserved for considering it as a loop. So keywords are those words that are completely reserved for a particular purpose. So make one thing in mind while naming any variable, any identifier, means anything, it can be class, anything. Don't use the names of keyword. It makes your program much more confused and you will not get an output and it will throw an error that identifier name not identified. Okay, something like that we'll get. One more thing, in Python, the keywords are case sensitive. What does the word case sensitive mean? Case sensitive mean in Python, you cannot use capital letter and small letter, means both are not same. Capital letter is different thing and small letter is different thing. The program doesn't understand both the things are same. It will completely differ two things. This is quite simple. I think everyone will know this thing. Identifier means all those class, function, variables, the names which you assign. Suppose you are assigned, suppose in the previous program I have written m equals to 50. So I have assigned m as 50. So I have declared m as a variable. So this is an identifier. In similarly, you can assign a class or a user defined function in this way. So this is the way of identifying, means denoting an identifier. So there are few rules of writing any identifier. So what should be the rules? The rules are, the identifier can be combination of uppercase, lowercase, digit, mean anything. It can be alphanumeric also. But one thing, just keep it in mind, this line is very important. Our identifier cannot start with a digit. don't write like this. Suppose I'm showing you. Suppose I've written, you can write sum equal to 10. Okay, so I have assigned sum as a variable. So let's run it. I'm pressing shift enter. It's running and it's completely done because here nothing is required to give the output. So it's run, it's done. But if I write one sum equal to 10, I am writing a integer, means a number first, and then I'm running it. It is showing me an error. What the error is? Invalid syntax. You cannot write something like this. A variable doesn't start with a means a number. It should always start with a alphabet. This thing. One more thing. You cannot use any kind of special symbols in your. You cannot use any kind of special symbols in your identifiers. Okay, this thing you should keep in mind. And one thing, identifiers can be of any length. You can use in some you can use only s, otherwise you can use hundreds of letters. It all may mean the same thing only. So these are the basic things. So now let's tell me something about the literals. So what actually literals are? Literal is a raw variable or raw data given to a variable or constant. So you can just tell that literal is something that is given to a variable, means the data we are assigning. Suppose in case of sum, we are assigning it 10. So it is a numeric literal. Okay. So this is, there are various types of literals such as string, float. I will show you each of them. First thing, let me show you how to print anything and take input of anything in case of Python. Suppose you want to print sum. So what you will do? Print. In bracket you can type sum and run it. It will give you output 10. So if you want to know that what type of data is this, is 10 a float or 10 is an integer or 10 is a string, I don't know. So let's check how to check. Print. Let me print. What I will print? I will print the type of the variable. What is the type of the variable? It totally depends on what value you are giving to the variable. Okay, so let's check the type. In Python, as I have said, that everything is completely readable in as like English only. So you will write type p. Okay. Sorry, I think I've just lost the connection. Sorry for that. Am I audible right now? Please let me know.
Yes, Priya.
Yes, Priya.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for
Yeah.
the inconvenience. Just let me present it 1 second. Just wait for a second. Okay. Okay. I hope this screen is visible. Okay. So see, I have written type
Yes.
sum. So what it has given me? It has given me int. That means the value given in sum, that is an integer type. Suppose I am writing f equal to 1.4. So let's check what f is. So type f. Let's run it. It's giving me float. So let's write. You can say m equals to. Okay, one more thing, for writing string, what you need to do, you need to apply double quotes. So let's write m equals to dsc. So let's run it. It's giving me m value. Now let's write type m. It's giving me string. So these are the basic literals that we actually use. So I will not waste much time in showing you how literals work. So let's directly move to the operators. In Python, we have some basic operators. So let's see how the operators work. Let's wait for a minute. Okay, fine. Okay, so let me show you how operators work actually. So suppose I have p equal to 2 and q equals to 5. So there are various type of operators such as arithmetic operator, logical operator, and we have conditional operators also, bitwise operators, so many operators. So let me show you few of them, how it actually works in case of Python. So suppose we can write r equals to, or you can write sum equals to p plus q. How p plus q, and let's print it. Just wait, q, and let's print sum. It's giving 7. So plus acts as a addition operator. Similarly, we have minus also as subtraction operator. So I'm not showing the minus, it is same thing only. I'll be showing you something different, that is division. So how division will work? See, suppose I am dividing q, means q divided by p. So let's write it, div equals to q division sign p, and let's print it. It's giving me 2.5. That means if you apply a single division, then what it will give? It will give you a float value. Okay, it will give you a float value. Similarly, if you apply, I'm writing now div1 equals to q, I'm using double slash p. What does this double slash mean? This double slash mean float division. So let's see what will be the output. Same thing only, I'm giving q divided by p, but just applying double slash. So let's see what it will be. Logical, this all are arithmetic variables. So we have one more thing also, that is the assigning operators also. So how we can do it? In other programming languages, you can write, suppose I want to write x equal to 5. On the next line, I can write x equal to 5 plus, okay, let's write x plus 5 or x plus 1, let me write, and then print the value, print x. So what it will give? It will give definitely 6. But in Python, what we can write in place of this? We can write in place of this, such as, not writing like this, let us write x plus equal to 1. Let's see what will be the output. It's also showing us 6. That means whenever you are using like this, plus equal to or minus equal to, multiply equal to, that means it is equal to, okay, I'm showing you one more thing. Suppose x equal to 20, and if I want to write it x into equal to 10, that means what? That means x equal to x into 10. Okay, you can see that I have written this thing and this one came in green color. Why? Because hash is used in Python for commenting. Okay, I have commented this line, By the way, what is commenting? Commenting means when our interpreter will read this line, when he will, I'm not telling he, sorry, when it will get hash, it will say what? It will ignore this line. Okay. So it will ignore this line. In that case, we are using commenting. So to comment a single line, use hash. And if you want to comment multiple lines, then you can use triple single inverted columns. Okay. So let's do it. I will show you how to comment multiple lines also. So let's print X. It's showing us 200. So I think you guys are now capable of doing these things, because in place of into, you can place minus also, you can place division also, you can apply float division also. Same thing will happen. Same thing. Okay. One more thing, how to take an input in Python. This one is very important. Suppose I want to take an input, so I can write it n equals to, use the keyword input. There is a keyword name input. In that you can write, enter your name. This one is a comment, this one is a line that you want to show to your user. Enter your name. I've written it. And if I run this thing, what it will give me a space to write my name. Let me write it. My name is Moinak. And let me enter it. It's already taken. So let me print n. Print n. Sorry. It's giving the value Moinak. So let me do one thing. In place of Moinak, let me tell me, okay, enter your age. Let me write it. Enter your age. Let's run this code. Suppose I'm writing 20. Let's run it. It's showing 20. Let's run the output of n, print n. It's giving me 20. Okay. So let's write type n. It's showing string. Here is a very important question. Why it is showing string? See, the value of n is 20. It should show integer, but it is showing string. Why it is so? It is showing string just because, always remember, in case of Python, Python always take our input in form of a string. It never take our input as an integer. Suppose if I want to multiply n with 2 times, suppose I want to multiply 20 with 2, it should be 40, right? But let's do it. M equals to n into 2. The answer should be coming 20. But let's see what it will come. Print M is coming 2020. The drastic bad here. Why it is coming so? Because when it is a string, when it is multiplied 2 times, what happens? It will sit twice. It will not multiply each other. So these are the basic things of operator and how to deal with this thing. I will not take much time now because we'll have Nivedita also. Plus, I will just tell you what is conditional statement, how conditional statement works, that is if-else part and looping part. So in case of Python, how conditional statement works? In case of Python, we can use simple by doing if-else. So let's see, let's write a program. Suppose I can write, suppose let's take an input. Suppose let me take that n equals to, okay, before doing that, let me show you how to do typecasting. So typecasting is a very important thing. So how to do typecasting? So basically there are 2 types of typecasting. One is implicit typecasting, another one is explicit typecasting. So how to do typecasting? In case of implicit typecasting, what you can do? You can just, implicit typecasting means when the typecasting is done automatically. Okay, how it is done? N equals to 20. And suppose if it is done, then you can, as I have shown, that if I write type n, then it is automatically giving me integer. But what happens, see, in this case, suppose it is showing me type of n is what here? Suppose let me run this one once again. This code. Enter your age. Suppose I am giving here 22. Now print the value of n. It is showing 22. Now, if it is showing type of n, it will again show me string. But if I want to change this 22 from string to an integer, what should I do? A small thing. While taking the input, I will write int, a first bracket, then the total thing will be inside the bracket and another bracket at the last. What it does, whatever the out means, whatever will be taken string by the input function, it will be passed through the int function and it will be typecasted and then it will come as output. So let's run it. And this one is known as explicit typecasting. So again, I'm writing 22. Let's do it. Then let's run the n. It's showing 22. Let's run the type n. Now it is showing int. So this one is explicit typecasting. Let's run the next block. Now n into 2, it is giving 44 because it is a string. I hope up to this it is clear. So let me do a short conditional statement program. Suppose I can write a p equals to enter input. Let's write int input because I want an integer. Okay. So int, and inside int I will write input. And inside input I will write a message that I want to show to the user. Enter a number. So after that, what I will do? After that, suppose I am now creating a conditional statement. That means if else block. I will create an if else block. So what will be the condition? Let us assume that whatever the number the user will be given, if the number is greater than 10, then I will print a message that your number is greater than 10. If the number is less than 10, I will print a message your number is less than 10. And if the number is equal to 10, then I can write the message that the number is equal to 10. So how we will do it? A if block. If, now I will write p. If p means the number given by the user, if it is greater than 10. See, in case of Python, no need to use brackets. You can use it, no problem. But if you don't use it also, then also it will not affect you. Then one thing that is mandatory, you have to give a colon. Without colon, the if block will not complete. Click enter. One thing you observe that the cursor come after few spaces. This is known as indentation. While writing any program, suppose if block, that means you will write the code inside the if. In Python, always use indentation. Indentation is mandatory in Python. You have to use indentation. If you don't apply indentation, the program will give you an error at the output. So I am giving if p is greater than 10. So let's write a message, print. What I will print? Let me print your number is greater than 10. Your number is greater than 10. Okay. So now I have to give another condition that the number should be less than 10. So what I should write? In other programming language, you might be writing else if, but in Python, what we will write? We will write elif. Elif means what? Else if. That is only elif. Okay. Elif. It is written as ELIF. Elif. While writing elif, what you can do? You can give a condition. What will be the condition? P less than 10. Again colon. Same. Again a message. Your number is less than 10. Okay. Similarly, another block there will be, that is else block. That the number will see if it is not equal to 10, if it is not greater than 10, log less than 10, then definitely it will be equal to 10. So another block, that is print. Your number is equal to 10. So let's run it. It's asking me for a number. So let me give it 20. Your number is greater than 10. So if I again run it and let me give it 1, or let me give it 10 only. Your number is equal to 10. So it's completely running. One small thing I would like to tell you, that what is the difference between elif and else. In case of elif, what happens? You always need to give a condition. While you are using elif, then you have to give a condition here. And if you are using else, then there is no way, no place to give any condition. You can directly whatever will be going to the if block, other than if block, everything will be coming to else block. But if you are using elif, then what happens? The number is taken in P, then P will check in if block. If it is satisfied, then it will go to the P block. If it is not satisfied, it will go to the elif block. Again, it will check. If elif block is also not satisfied, then only it will go to the else block. Okay. So this is a basic program of writing how a conditional statement works. So let me show you how loops work. So what are loops? Loops mean running a same thing multiple number of times. Okay. In Python, we have two type of loops basically. One is for loop, another one is while loop. I think I'm going a bit faster, but it's okay. These are basic things, and I think it will be helpful. If you have any doubt, you can let me know. I think I will clear you after Nivedita's session. So I will clear all those parts. So for loop and while loop, we have these two loops. We will be using one function in case of for loop also. That is range function. I'll be explaining that part. So let me show you how while loop works. While loop works like some. Loop. In case of while loop, what you can do, you first need to initialize a value. Suppose I have initialized I. Then what you have to do in while loop, just we need to use the keyword while. While, suppose if I is greater than if I is less than 10, suppose if I is less than 10, then I have said when you are using a block, you need to use a colon. Just remember one thing, while in Python you are using a block, it may be if else block, it may be while loop block, it may be for loop block, any block. What you have to use a colon at the end of that first line. Okay. So while I is okay, is it visible properly?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, thank you. So in while block, what I will write, just see, suppose I want to print the values of n. So let me write print print the I. Next, what I have to do, I have to write, see, first I equals to 1 in this line. What I have written in this line, I have initialized. What is this one? This one is condition. I have given a condition. Now the last thing that I have to do, that is either increment or decrement. In loop, this is mandatory. You have to do either increment or decrement. So what it will be, let me write I plus equal to 1 in Python. So I'm writing in Python style. Okay, you can write it I equal to I plus 1 also. But since I'm doing Python, so I'm writing in this style. So let me run it. Let's see what will be the output. It is giving me the output from 1 to 9. It is printing all the outputs. Okay. So this is a basic way of writing a while loop. So this is very simple. Just keep one thing in mind, that is while you are writing this thing, make the indentation properly. See, one thing I will show you. See, suppose I have not given an indentation. Let me remove the indentation. So let's see what it will happen. It will throw an error because this is not applicable in Python. What you have to do, you have to always do what? Yes, okay. What you have to do always, you have to always apply an indentation. Then only it will work. Otherwise, it will not work. So this is a basics of while loop. Sorry. So let me now show you for loop. For loop is also very easy. For loop, what you have to do nothing like just like while loop. You have to don't initialize in the first line. Or what you can do, you can directly write for. Suppose I can write for I in range. This one is range function. So suppose I in range 10 I have written. Okay, and then I have to give a colon. So let me first explain you what is range function. See, in range function there are three things inside. First thing is, okay, first let me run the program and then I will show you. Print I, let's run it. It's giving 0 to 9. So what is actually range function? Range function means in range, by default, it starts from 0, comma, then the number I've given, and then there is a step 1. See, in range, I have written three things. First, the 0 I have written, that is known as the starting number. That means I will be first 0. That is why the first time the print statement gives 0. That next, in the range block, that is 10. 10 shows that up to how much it will go. It will go up to 10, but it is showing 9. Why? Because in range function, this second position, this position is n plus 1. Suppose you have written 10, that means it will always go to -1 position. Suppose you have written 10, that means it will go up to 9. Suppose you have written 20, it will go up to 19. If you have written 15, it will go to 14. So this one is the second position. The third position is the number of steps. See, first it comes 0, then it comes 1, then it comes 2, then it comes 3. So it is jumping by 1 step only. So it is giving 1. Suppose I am changing the first position from 0 to 2. So let's run it. It is starting from 2 and it is going to 9. Now suppose one of you asks me that just show me if it is going to up to 10 only. If I want to make it go to 10, then what should I do? I will make it 11. If I will make it 11, then it will go up to 10. Say it is going up to 10. Now one of you may ask me that I want 2 step jumping. So let me move this one and give 2. Now see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It is jumping in 2 steps. So this is a basic utilization of range. Range, the first position is known as start, the second position is known as stop, and the third position is known as step. By default, the range take the first position as by default. Means if you are not mentioning anything, then by default it will take the first position as 0 and the last position as 1. So when we are using range 10, that means by default it has taken the first position as 0, the second position that I have given 10, and the third position is by default 1. So this is the basic if for looping conditions, means for loop statement that I have shown. So these are the basic things. I was planning to show you much more things. I have already planned to show you break, continuous statements and all those stuffs, but I think it's not possible to show everything today. But I will show you something interesting today. Okay, before moving to Nivedita's session, I will take last 5 minutes to show you some interesting fun activities. Okay, we have learned a lot of things, so let's do some fun. Okay, have you ever heard what is a Fizzbuzz game? Can anyone explain me what is Fizzbuzz game? Fizzbuzz game, can anyone explain me? Anyone? You guys can unmute yourself and tell me if you know. Okay, so let me.
We have to run.
Yeah, tell.
We have to run a range from 1 to 1000 or any given number.
Yeah.
And in the range, those numbers which are divisible by 5, they will print the statement will print phrase. The numbers which are divisible by 9, they will print bus, and those which are not divisible by either number, they will be printing Fizzbuzz. In a series of range, we will be printing like that.
You have said correctly only. Actually, the number which is divisible by 3, it is Fizz. The number which is divisible by 5, that is buzz, and the number which is divisible by both 3 and 5, it is fizzbuzz. Okay, this game is quite you can say quite brainstorming. Why? Because suppose 3 of your friends are playing this game, it is very confusing. You need to calculate all those time. So I have developed a small program writing a fizzbuzz game. So what I've written, just see. I've just taken that, I've just printed a first statement. Let's start the fizzbuzz game, and then I've did what? Enter a number. So I've just asked the user to enter a number. The number will be first entered as a string in input, and then it will pass through the int, that is explicit typecasting, and the n will be now an integer. Then what I have done, I have done a for loop. What in the for loop I have done? In between the for loop, I have started I from range 1. That means the starting number of I is 1, and the ending one is n plus 1. Suppose you are giving me 10 as an input, so it will run up to 10. To confirm it that it will run up to 10, I have written here 10 plus 1. That means n plus 1. Then what I have done? I have given a if statement. In if block, I have written what? If I modulus 3. One thing, what is modulus? Modulus means reminder. If the number you have given, suppose if the number comes as 1, or if the number comes as 15, so if I value is 15 now, so if 15 is divided by 3 and the remainder is 0, and this and is known as logical operator. In some other statements you might be using ampersand sign, or you might be using some different signs, but in Python it is simple as English like language, so you can directly write and. Suppose you want to write here, okay, let me show you. Suppose you want to write here or, so you can directly write or, it will work as a or. Okay, so it's completely English like language, only you can directly use it. So I have written, suppose 15 is divided by 3 and there is no remainder, and 15 is also divided by 5 and there is no remainder. In that case, you will print what? You will print, that means in block, the cursor will enter in this block and it will print I means the 15, the number, and it will be equal to fizzbuzz. Suppose if you are writing a variable, if you are printing a variable along with a message, then what you have to do? First, or anywhere you can just write the variable, then use a comma, and then in inverted commas you just write the message. It will automatically print it. Similarly, in Alif condition, I have given if it is divisible by 3, just enter, just put the number and tell it as fizz. And similarly, if it is divisible by 5, it will, you can give it as buzz. And if it is not divisible by 3, 5 or both, then just leave that number and print the number. So I have written I. So let's run it. It is asking me enter a number and it has already printed. Let's start the game. So let's give it a range of 30. Okay, not 30, let's give it a range of 50. So I've given enter. See, it is giving me output 3 equals to, you can see it, it's giving me the output 3 equals to 5, 3 equals to fizz, 5 equal to buzz, and yeah, 15 fizzbuzz, then 30 fizzbuzz, 45 fizzbuzz. So it is giving me output in this way. I hope this is very simple. With the help of if else and for loop only, you can develop this type of games. So if you are if you are understand whatever I have said till now, I think you can develop it. If you have any doubt regarding anything, you can directly ask me. I'm here. And one more thing, I will just show you a game, that is Jumblebot Game. This one is also developed by me. This one is very simple terminal based game. What you can do, I will be not showing you the total game right now. I am just showing you the output. So how it will work. See, first it is asking me enter your name. So I am writing the name as suppose Mainak. Enter. Okay, sorry, you can see like this. Yeah, it was asking me player 1 enter your name. I have written Moinak. Now it is asking player 2 enter your name. Suppose I am writing Deep. Enter. It is asking me the jumble word is this one. Moinak, it's your turn. Can you tell the exact right word? Suppose I don't know what the exact word is. Suppose I have written I think it's laptop, maybe laptop. Let's do. It's showing me, yeah, your score is 1. Press 1 to continue the game and 0 to 1. Suppose I am pressing 1 and it is continuing the game. Next, it is showing me Jumblebot, again a Jumblebot is given, I don't know what it is. Suppose I don't know, so I have written something else. Deep, it's your turn, tell the exact word. Suppose Deep doesn't know what the word is, so Deep has written something else and entered. So it is giving what? It is giving the output, sorry, wrong answer, better luck next time. The correct word was hardware. Press 1 to continue and 0 to end the game. This game will be continued 1000 number of times. It has no barrier. So let me end the game. So I am writing 0 and enter. It is giving me, congratulations Moinak, your final score is 1. Congratulations Deep, your final score is 0. Thanks for playing. So this is a basic terminal based game that I like to show you all guys. So you can ask me about this thing after the complete session. I will definitely explain. So I think that's all from my side. I would like to end my presentation right now here. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can please give me a feedback if you like to, that you have enjoyed it or not. That is, I have made you something that is the session little bit fruitful or not. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can let me know if you feel like. In this moment, I would like to hand over it to Nivedita. I hope Nivedita will make you to the highs and downs of the Python. So the floor is all yours, Nivedita.
Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
Nivedita.
Yeah, you're audible.
So I have one doubt. It's already 5:47. So should I continue today or should we shift tomorrow? Because I have to discuss more very topics. So should we continue or because it's already 5:47 and we have to end our session at 6.
Let's continue tomorrow.
And others?
Chaitali, you can tell something about it. Means, should Nivedita continue it today or should she continue it tomorrow?
No, we should listen about the audience because if they are interested, then we can continue.
Definitely. So I would like to request the audience. Audience.
I want to continue tomorrow because it's already 1.5 hours. So I need a break. So I want to continue it tomorrow.
Sure. So others, please let us know that will you like to continue it tomorrow? Because
So
I think
suggest us a time.
Yeah.
Same time.
Suggest us-
in the comment section they are saying tomorrow. So suggest a time according to
4:30.
your convenience.
Someone is saying 6:30 tomorrow.
3, 5,
Says 5 p.m.
11.
Okay, I think 5 p.m. is favorable for all. Means it's the average time for all.
The same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think so.
Yeah.
We can
Let
continue the
us
same
fix
time
it
as
on 5 p.m. only.
Is it okay for everyone 5 p.m. tomorrow?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, yeah, they're saying yes.
Okay, fine. I think today I've extended it a lot because I need to tell a lot of things. Although I've not completed everything, but yeah, I've done a lot of things. So the time was nearly 1.5 hours, I think so.
Yeah. They are saying 5 p.m. tomorrow. Is it okay for them?
So I think we should end the call right here and we should continue it tomorrow.
No. Actually, we have something.
Okay, fine.
All are interested about quiz.
Yeah, I think everyone should be interested about it because it is something brainstorming.
So I think 1 week हो गया है हम लोगों का ना. So who is the winner? Can you guess?
That's something interesting. I think everyone is interested to know. Come on, guys.
Okay, Shweta, Rashi, someone is commenting. Anyone?
Any guesses?
Come on, everyone, just tell. Is there any
Alok Kumar.
guesses? Alok Kumar. Okay, Alok. Alok, you are happy.
Saying Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg can be because he knows everything about us. He's the winner of quiz all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a jokes
Yeah,
apart.
definitely we are.
I think Shweta. I'm not confirmed, but I'm thinking Shweta.
My luck is not good for being a winner. No, you can answer. If you answer, then you will be a winner, na? Ankush, you have to answer, na?
So certainly let's
So,
announce it.
okay. So, winner is not that good luck. So, winner is Shweta Rashi.
Great. Congratulations, Shweta.
Oh my god, wow.
Congratulations. I hope you will be participating continuously for the next time also. Because winning is not a particular destiny, it's a journey. I hope you can do it. Congratulations.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Is there anything you want to share for your hard work?
Hard work. I was active every day on 7 p.m. on LinkedIn so that I could get updated every day. Yeah, that's it.
Great, great.
So, who's the second and third? Don't know.
Second or third. I think Deepdhar. Second is Deepdhar.
Second is Shanta Paul from IT.
Yeah, right. Shanta. And third?
Third, Aman
Any
will tell.
guesses?
Aman will tell.
Alok Kumar.
No. Gaurav Agarwal, third. But we'll give only one prize, obviously.
Congratulations, everyone, guys. Literally,
So just
shout out for everyone.
response देते रहना, ठीक है? मतलब इतना कभी-कभी आ रहा है, इतना कम response है कि मन भी नहीं करता है ना कि हाँ इसके बाद भी अगर कोई पोस्ट डालूं, कोई क्विज करूं हम लोग.
Exactly. The thing is what, guys? Actually देखो तुम लोग जो भी कर रहे हो, देखो ये पूरा कम्युनिटी है. हम तुम लोग तो सीनियर तो मतलब सीनियर जूनियर का कोई बात नहीं है यहाँ पर सारी चीजें क्या हो रहा है? We are just encouraging everyone and you guys also encouraging us. So तुम लोग जब response करोगे, तुम लोग जब ऐसे हमारे साथ participate करोगे, जैसे आपके इवेंट में 45 people है, तो सारे लोग जब participate कर रहे हैं, ये क्या कर रहा है? मुझे भी motivate कर रहा है. तुम लोग को कुछ जानने को मिल रहा है, तो everything is growing together. So as Chaitali said that everyone need to participate because participation makes us motivation, gives us motivation so that in next year we can also provide something good. And I hope everyone is means going with the same views as I am telling, because we together can build something rather than making a single, right?
So someone is asking what is the role of selecting the winner. Actually, I want to say it. बहुत लोग ऐसा है कि पहले आंसर कर दिया एक दिन दो दिन उसके बाद उन लोगों का आंसर मिला ही नहीं, तो इट इज नॉट डन. रेगुलर आंसर करना पड़ेगा और हम लोग एवरेज वाइज लेंगे. मतलब मान लो कि आज कोई फर्स्ट आंसर किया, देन कल जाके लास्ट आंसर किया, बट वो रेगुलर आंसर किया है, तो फिर वही कंसिडरेशन में पहले आएगा. तो फिर रेगुलर आंसर देना ही पड़ेगा. इट्स कंपलसरी ऑब्वियसली. और जो भी एवरेज वाइज पहले आंसर देगा तो वही विनर होगा. तो जस्ट ऐसा नहीं है कि पहले आंसर दो, रेगुलर भी देना पड़ेगा. कोशिश करो रेगुलर देने का और पहले देने का. ठीक है? इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, then I'm to add something. Edited comment is not considered.
No, obviously not. I think अरिंदम नाम का कोई है, वो एडिटेड किया था, एडिट. So it is not considered actually. So I think we can end here.
Okay. So is there anyone who needs to ask anything, or means is there anything that you guys need to say? Otherwise, we can end it.
Thank you for the interaction.
Okay, thank you, Ashutosh.
We had an amazing session. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. Okay, thank you everyone for joining the session. Hope you guys like it. And okay, someone is okay. Wait for a second. Someone is Rajesh. Okay, fine. Rajesh, fix first game 1 second. Just wait. I'm presenting it. Within just 1 minute will be enough for you to understand it. Okay, I hope you can see the screen. Please let me know you can see it or not.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay, so what the game is, it's very simple with if else and for loop. Actually, when I was going through the session, I was going in a just like Rajdhani Express, but it's okay. So what happened? First, I've given a print statement where it says that let's start the Fizzbuzz game, and after that, what I have done, I've taken an input in the n variable. Okay, you know that in case of Python, what happens? The input when we are using the input command, this makes the value as string, and then I am explicitly typecasting it with int, and it is now in the value I'm getting, that is an integer type. Okay. Then what happened in case of for loop, I will be starting from 1 and it will be going to n plus 1. Suppose here I have taken 50, so I will be going up to 51. So the first value of I is now 1. Now 1 will be coming inside the for loop, and then it will be going to the if condition, and it will check that 1 is divisible by 3 or not. If it is not, then it will be directly coming out. Then else if it is again not, then again else if it is again not, then it is else, it will be printing 1. Similarly, when 3 is coming, then what happens? 3 is divisible by 3, and 3 is divisible by 5. No, it is not. So it will be coming out. Again in else if it will be going 3 is divisible by 3. Okay, it will be getting inside the second else if block, and it will print as fizz. Sorry. Similarly, in case of 15, what happens? It will enter in the first block only, because when we are using and, this and operator, when we are using, what happened in and operator, both the condition, this condition and this condition, both the conditions should be satisfied. In case of odd condition, suppose if I am writing odd here, in that case the condition is either anyone will be applicable, but in case of AND operator, both the conditions should be maintained. Same thing is happening here. So the numbers which are divisible by only 3, that is going inside this block. The number which is divisible by only 5, that is going inside this block. And the number which is divisible by both, that is going inside this block. And the number which are not divisible by any of this.
কথা বলে দেখো ও 3000 তো আছে জলের যে ওগুলা আলাদা জল সাফ করে নেই বললাম জলের আলাদা বললাম যে আমি না কথা কই তাহলে এই হবে
Okay, fine. So is the Fizzbuzz part clear? Please let me know, or anything that I should explain once again. Is it clear?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Thank you.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay.
Yeah, Jumblebot
sure.
wants to.
Acha, should I explain it, Jumblebot? Just see the program. Okay.
Yes, Bhaiya.
See, it's very interesting. Okay. Means I can also give you a small assignment also, if you can try it at your home. See, the program.
Yeah, but I am facing a problem in my
Jumblebot.
output. Like, no, in that
I think what problem you are getting it is, okay, let me show you. You have written this block at the last, right?
No, I have written it the same only, but I'm not
What
getting
the
it
output you are
where I'm
getting?
wrong. Like,
means is it a syntactical error or a conditional error? Just check it once.
no, you can see the where I'm getting it wrong.
Okay, just wait. Okay, so okay, just do one thing. Actually, what happened? Your skin is getting blurred little. So do one thing. What you can do? You just I am in the WhatsApp group also. You can just send me your output. I will just rectify it and I will send it to you. You are doing in Collab only, I think.
Yes, yes,
So
भैया
just
कोई
send me the
Colab.
collab link. I will get in touch with you that whatever wrong is there in it. Okay. I think that will be better.
Okay भैया. Okay भैया.
So let me show you once again the jumble word one. So the jumble word one is something like this. Okay. See, this one is a jumble word game. The program is, I've written the program from here, but actually the program is starting from the last. The program is starting from the play button. This one is a function that I have called. I think you guys are not yet aware of the function. If you are aware of it, then it's good. If you are not, then in the next session, you will be getting the knowledge of the function. I think after that, it will be better if I will explain you. But then also I'm explaining it now a bit. That is what in this program, what is happening. The program starts from this button. See, because all these things are functions, so the cursor will not go anywhere. It will directly come to this button first. It will call the play function. It will go to the play. Where is play? Yes, def play. So this one is the function. It will go here. Then it will print these things that already I printed. Print, enter your name, player 1 name, player 2 name. Then we are assigning player 1 0 score, player 2 0 score. Okay, क्योंकि पहले तो सबका स्कोर 0 ही होता है ना. फिर हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, टर्न भी 0 कर दे रहे हैं. कितना टर्न हुआ? 0 टर्न. ठीक है, क्योंकि स्टार्ट ही अभी नहीं हुआ गेम. फिर हम while 1, इसका मतलब क्या है पता है? दिस वन इज इनफाइनाइट लूप. ये घूमते ही रहेगा जितना टाइम हम लोग इसको घुमाना चाहते हैं. ठीक है. फिर आई हैव क्रिएटेड व्हाट? आई हैव क्रिएटेड picked word variable. Okay, and use this choose function. What is choose function? Let's find where is choose. Yeah, here is choose function. In choose function, I have created a list. I think you guys are not yet aware, so I think you guys are not capable of understanding this thing. But then also I'm telling once in a very fast way. I will do one thing after you are completing this total session, and in the end of the last session, I will explain the jumble word once again. I think that will be better for you. Okay, then also I'm explaining it once again right now. This is a list of words I have already written, say such as rainbow, computer, laptop, hardware, software, umbrella, internet. So these all are the words. Okay, so the computer will choose words from here only. Then I have created a pick variable, and inside pick variable, what I have done, I am using a random function. What is random function? Random function will randomly choose words from this list. This is the huge advantage of random function. You guys will get to know what is random function. By random function, random dot choose. Random is the library name, and inside random we have choice. In choice, with the help of the choice function, I am choosing a word from this list. Okay, so one word is already choice and it is inside now pick. Now I am returning pick. So pick will be returned to this. That means in picked word, the word is now here. Then qn will jumble the word. So jumble is also a function. Let's go to the jumble function. Here is a jumble function, and inside the jumble function, I have created jumbled variable, and inside that variable, I have created a space and dot join random dot sample. This one is something very means a bit complicated, you can think, because guys are not yet known to these things. Join is a function, and inside that I have created random dot sample dot word dot length. Just till now, you guys just understand that this is something for jumbling the words. Okay, the letters are jumbling and it is saved in jumble word, and again I'm returning the jumble word. So again it is going to this line in place of qn, and I'm printing the qn. Now my question is prepared, and now I'm replying, giving the question to the user. Now the user, if the user plays, it tells the exact correct word, means what I'm doing turn divided by 2. Means for even number of entries, it will be for the first number user. For odd number of entries, it will be for the second number user. So similarly, I'm just explaining you a brief, that is in this part, what I have done up to this part, what I have done. In this part, I have asked the user that please tell me the answer. User will tell the answer. If the answer is correct, answer equal to picked word. If the answer is correct, then only what I am doing, then only I am updating the score of the user and printing you have done good. If not, then else block I am showing that sorry, wrong answer. Same thing I have done for user 2 also, and this step is continuously going on. And at the last, what I have done that thank you, and I have given user 1 name, user 2 name in this way. So this is a basic flow. What I have done first, I have created the list, then I have created jumble words, then I have created the play, that means how the workflow will go on, and at last I have created a thank you function where I will show the names of the user along with the score. So this is a complete workflow. One thing what I can do after the total complete session of Python is done, I can explain this thing to you. I think that will be much more fruitful for everyone. Is it okay?
Okay, bhaiya.
Okay. So thank you everyone for joining the session. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you. You guys may leave, I think so. Chaitali, should they leave right now?
Yeah, all can leave now.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining the session.